That's the only thing left in my closet. All Dark Lords.
You mean you're out of the closet now?
Yeah, Dark Lord.
Oh.
Yeah.
I had to go back in.
It's too much drama.
I don't
Too
know.
much drama.
Let's roll the intro. Wait, don't turn the channel. You've tuned into High Gravity.
The show where we talk about beer, brewing, and bullshit.
Where the only thing we take seriously is the next round.
So grab a glass.
Fill it with something cold.
And enjoy the show.
Okay.
Welcoming
we're
back
back.
Mr. Bill yet again. 3 weeks in a row. Yay.
If you didn't bring
Oh,
such
come
good
on.
beverages,
I was supposed to clap.
Yeah. Jim, you too.
Fanfare, yay!
you missed my jazz hands. You
hands.
can't hear the jazz hands through the
No, you
microphone.
have to make it so that the audience can hear.
No,
No, that doesn't sound right.
that just sounded like weird sex noises.
I was proud of you for trying.
Yeah. I put my best foot forward this morning. Oh, that's a
that's
pretty looking
fancy.
bottle. That's a cool bottle.
I've never seen that.
It's like a
small
little
of
baby Grolsch bottle.
Yeah. It's so cute.
I figure we'll start with lighter and go heavier. Even
I'm
though,
in.
so this one is barrel aged.
So this is all meads we're looking at
We're
today.
looking at meads.
Yeah.
Actually, we're gonna go lowest alcohol to highest alcohol. Let's do that first. This is probably actually, hang on, which one's which?
Uh-oh.
I have the same problem. If you mind.
One's a little clear, one's cloudy.
I think this is the one that's. Let's see.
He opened the ones that full of moonshine.
Nope, this is. All right, so this one, we'll go with this one. It's open. This one is not the lightest. It is a saffron mead.
Ooh.
So this one is made with, like, I think
Wow.
18 grams of saffron.
Such a crazy gold. It looks like you were dehydrated.
I'm taking a piss.
Yeah. Like the colors, it's
wow.
very deep golden yellow.
Yeah. So this one is
Smells great.
it's relatively new. I actually was talking to you about while we were off the Michigan
Just-
Homebrew Festival.
it just
so I
smells
brewed this
fresh.
for that.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet Jesus. That's good.
And it actually went. I put it in competition for the Michigan Mead Cup. It didn't win anything, but it got a 44,
How did it not win?
which is out of 50. So that's a pretty
Oh,
good
wow.
score.
Yeah.
It almost has like like soda syrup kind of taste to it, without not like the heinously sweet
I
like
get
soda
an-
syrup, but like
almond extract.
So
If you've ever
It
smelled
almost
the
smells like I'm in a pool.
So this one is made with saffron and with honey from India from mustard seed plants.
Interesting.
yeah,
Is that where the color could be?
The
that
color's
and
from saffron.
Yeah.
The color's from saffron.
it gives me like flat soda vibes. Not overly sweet like soda is, but
And it's a
Like a birch
on,
soda almost.
on,
good.
That's
on tap. It's a lot
amazing.
more carbonated than I just literally off the tap bottled this, but it is more carbonated off the tap than it is.
I would like some bubbles, but it's good. I like it a lot.
Oh, I'd fuck this up.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, Daryl doing his best
Making
Johnny
fun of me.
impression. No, you have to suck it into your
Yeah,
lungs, Daryl.
Yeah.
That's it right there.
Oh, God, we've lost the 2 listeners. Yeah, see, you keep fucking up. You don't learn. You don't learn.
So
Yep.
if I do the technique properly, I don't do that. I do that.
Yeah, but you
I
don't do
exaggerate.
it properly. And
I know.
no, I've literally never known anyone who like drinks a beer and like, yes, let me suck this into my lungs. My lungs have great flavor tasters. This mead is wonder. It's very unique. I don't think I've ever tasted a mead that's quite like this.
This is unreal.
So it's technically a metheglin, which is a mead made with spices. And so, but yeah, this one is, I ended up getting my vanilla group I belong to. It's like a vanilla co-op group. They do these bulk buys, and they did one for saffron, and I was like, hell yeah. And so they,
Shit's crazy
saffron's
expensive.
crazy expensive.
Yeah.
And I think someone literally just
Well, it's all hand-picked.
went to Dubai and just filled a suitcase, and then just it came home and sold it off to like for dirt cheap.
And if you like saffron, that tastes like saffron.
Yeah.
It definitely
With a
has.
sweetened back into it.
Now, is saffron, is that extracted from saffron? Because saffron used to be used in root beers, and now I think it's...
Sassafras.
Sassafras.
Sassafras you're talking about.
Sassafras root. Yeah.
But
or sarsaparilla.
saffron itself is a chemical that can be extracted. I didn't know if it came from saffron or sassafras.
I don't actually know that.
Yeah. There's I don't know, but YouTube has continued to tell me that I need to watch this video about extracting saffron and adding it to root beer, because apparently it's not legal to do anymore. Apparently it's
It
dangerous.
hasn't been legal since they injected rats with it, and they all got cancer.
See? So
Back in the
Daryl
60s.
so now Daryl knows something about saffron. Like, so yes. I'm glad, because I keep getting
I thought that
advertised
was
this video.
saccharin.
I don't know.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. And maybe I'm mispronouncing it too, or maybe I misread the YouTube video.
I just
Watch
always,
the YouTube video. Let us know.
I just always
Yeah,
remember
right.
Tab Cola saying contains saccharin, which in
was a sweetener,
lab
wasn't it?
rats was said caused cancer or
Yeah.
something.
You know what else causes cancer? Breathing the
Everything.
air.
Anything in the state of California, too.
Yeah, everything causes cancer. Well, I mean, I'm glad that we learned what causes cancer. Like, yeah, hey, let's not use asbestos. I get it. Come to find out that all the ceiling tiles in my garage, asbestos.
Don't say that.
Fantastic.
Yeah, didn't know.
Don't
that.
get it logged.
Yeah.
Then you clean it out and remove it.
No, we removed it with the remodel, so there's no
Oh, so
more.
professionals came in and took care of it.
Yeah, there's no more of that.
Remind
No,
me
they
to
had to
never
wear suits. They looked like they were from Among Us.
Remind me to never go to a bonfire. at your
That
house.
sounds very sus.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Bill. Bill got my Among Us reference. Good. It's not 2020 anymore, but Among Us is still alive.
I've never seen it.
It's
It's a game.
Game. All right, I've never played it.
It got
So dumb.
It got very popular in COVID because like it's very silly
it's so
multiplayer.
dumb.
Yeah, it is. You're
I've heard of
a
it.
bunch of people on a spaceship, and you're trying to figure out who's the traitor.
You just want to kill people. That's all.
Yeah,
And not die.
You put them in the
So Call
the-
of Duty, Halo.
No, you run tasks.
No. Like it's no one. Everyone's running around a spaceship trying to complete tasks to repair this spaceship, but there's one traitor.
One or two. Sometimes there's
Yeah,
two.
sometimes there's
who
more.
are just going and like killing people.
Yeah.
You got to try and figure out who they are.
And then randomly someone will be like, "We call a meeting," and you have to go meet, and you get to everyone votes and tries to convince each other. Like, hey, it's like, hey,
some kind of psychological game like The Wolf and the Villagers.
It's that game.
Okay.
It's that game. Yeah, and that's called Werewolf.
Yeah.
And we actually play Werewolf around
Secret Hitler
like
is another one.
I love
I've
that
heard
one.
of that one, yeah.
I think I've told that story on the podcast before, but I
think so,
took
yeah.
I had that board game in my backpack going onto a flight, and I forgot I had also had my my
Did you like hand it to like random people? Like, hey, you're this person.
well, I
Hand
had
it.
my Switch, my charger for my Nintendo Switch in my backpack as well, and so it went through, and they're like, "Well, we have to look in your backpack," and the dude just pulls out this box that says "Secret Hitler" on it, and he looks at me, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's this board game where like you're trying to figure out who the traitor is," and he just laughs, and he's like, "Me and the wife are board gamers, we know what this is," and I'm like, "Thank fucking God, thank God I got the one nerd TSA agent that's not like Secret Hitler. Why are you bringing this on a plane?"
Hang on. Stink.
Yeah. That's what I was hoping for.
We went to Scotland, and I thought it was a great idea. So we had a video camera, still camera, because we're going to Scotland. I want to document everything.
Yeah.
Well-
Nessie and make sure.
Yeah,
you-
exactly. So I had all
Marmaduke
the power,
Wetherell.
all my cables, all the power adapters, tapes, memory cards, everything. And I thought it was a great idea to pack it all into one bag. Well, because of all the wires and the batteries and the cables, when you go through international customs and they do the
Yeah.
little bomb sniffing, rag thing, they make you unpack the whole friggin' case. And then you have about 5 seconds to dump all that shit back in to move along the line once you pass it.
Yep, I've learned
And-
to travel very light.
Oh, I had to
Very
redo
light.
that like 6 times through the whole trip. It pissed me off. And then to make it worse, when we were there, one of the power adapters didn't work right. So it actually shorted out the battery and the charger.
Then you got to buy one in Europe. Oh yeah. But yeah, you mentioned Werewolf, and we like to play a Werewolf around like the bonfire, like when we have a bonfire, because you can play without any sort of cards or anything. Like
Yeah.
the narrator goes around and tells
Is
whispers
that where you put your
people
head
there.
down?
We just have people close their
like
eyes,
close
and
your
then
eyes,
the
yeah.
narrator, I walk around and just say, like, okay, you're a werewolf, and you're the seer, and then we play the game from there. And it's actually very fun to do in just groups of people. You can be sitting around the table at a bar, and you can play werewolf. Werewolf's pretty fun. I like any game that has a traitor. Like, anytime I can be the shisty, shady guy who's trying to kill everyone, that's my kind of game.
Nice.
I love deception.
So this mead
smells good.
is a raspberry
It's beautiful.
Meadowfoam mead. So Meadowfoam creates a vanilla and marshmallow character,
I was gonna say it's got marshmallow vibes on the aroma.
and it's made with Carolina raspberries, which are fall bearing raspberries, which are very sweet and very less like acidic than your summer raspberries.
You can smell the raspberry.
Yeah,
You can
it's got
color's
huge.
red.
It's got huge
already
raspberry ice cream
Yeah.
vibes. Like
I
it
already
tastes
want
like
more. I still
that is
have a
really
glass.
good.
That-
Like
wow.
raspberry and vanilla, 100%.
This is the one that I wanted to start with because it's only 5% alcohol,
Wow.
so you can drink
It's like
this all day.
raspberry candy or raspberry ice cream. Like
Yeah.
it's
It's sweet, but it doesn't. It's not like overpowering sweet. It's like a
No, it's-
raspberry. Sweetness.
It's not
candy.
because all raspberry candies that I've had have always been they're just very sweet, and raspberries are not that sweet.
No.
They're never that sweet. This is
Like that little candy that was always at your grandma's house around holidays. The little red wrapper and the
yeah, like the strawberry one. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
like that. Except this has
better.
this has all of that like kind of candy flavor without the kind of the sickening sweetness.
Yeah.
and
that
the,
is
the vanilla is such a wonderful like pairing to it. Like kind of rounds off the kind of like the sharpness or the bitterness of the raspberry.
That sharpness, yeah, just rounds it over a little bit.
I'm definitely gonna pour a little bit more.
I
of
like
that.
the smell. I want to make this into a candle.
Yeah, this
Yankee candle?
this would
Smell
actually
all
be
the
a good
time.
candle.
I would
Like,
definitely like more of that, please. That is unreal.
it smells like what you want raspberry to smell like.
Oh, yeah.
Like it smells like raspberries, but not in an artificial way. It doesn't smell like a fake raspberry candy or
This is what I want raspberry jelly or jam to taste
Yeah.
like. It's
like raspberries. This
Yeah.
is great.
Yeah, it's not overly sugared, not too.
You're looking
like,
for words
syrupy.
on that can. You keep spinning it.
I don't see no label.
No label. It was canned on my October in my basement, so there's no
Nice.
label. It just says rasp on the top.
Yeah, this is wonderful. This might be my
I was
favorite
just
thing
wondering
we've
where our
had today.
listeners could get this,
They can't.
but they can't.
My basement.
And your address is.
Which is the address.
Where are we going?
The address is.
At this point, I'm thinking that
Next
you know
podcast,
you
his
can
basement.
could make a lot of money selling this out of the basement, like and everything else that you've brought for that matter.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, if only the distribution laws weren't so fucked in Michigan, you might be able to start a basement
They're
brewery.
only fucked until you get caught, or if you get caught.
And now it's on recording for 3 to 4 people to hear.
The good thing I'm filling in for Daryl. He's not even on this episode.
Yeah, Daryl's not here. He's off working on darylsdildos.com. This is really good. Like this
Product
is
quality testing.
maybe this is my favorite of the group because like we've had so many other interesting things to drink today, but like this to me is the most interesting beverage we've
Most
had.
flavorful.
Yeah, it's just so good.
I
And it's only
absolutely,
5%.
I absolutely
I
love
love.
the saffron one, but I think I agree with you. This stands out. I mean, on so many levels. Not to knock the other one because I absolutely love it.
There's so much
But
going
just,
on.
Wow, yeah.
There's so much going on there.
And it's again, you hear raspberry and you have that set of expectations. This exceeds everything.
Yeah,
in every possible.
it's what
way.
you actually want when someone
Yeah.
says there's raspberry in this. Like this tastes like what my preconceived expectations are of raspberry.
This is gonna be the new level that I judge everything raspberry to.
Nice.
You
I
have
love it.
ruined me for that. I'm okay with it though. This is amazing.
So just curious, adding the raspberry, was it fermentation?
So this one was I used Michigan wildflower, fermented it down. I used Kvike Hordendell. It fermented in 3 days.
That's the yeast that can go like 90 degrees and
Yep.
still ferment.
brewed at 90 degrees. 3 days it was done
Kvike
fermenting.
is very strong.
I then, because I did this one very quick because I wanted to be able to get it done quick for something. And so I then, I had Carolina raspberries that I gotten and frozen, and they were picked like the week before, but then we froze them because I want to make sure there was nothing growing on them. Excuse me. So I fermented it. I sulfated and sorbated it, so I stopped, so it couldn't start re-fermenting. I back sweetened with the raspberries and Meadowfoam honey, and then let that sit for about a week and a half, and then I used clarified it, and then put it in a keg and carbonated it up.
Amazing.
Back sweetening, you did a really good job on the
Oh
balance.
my
Yes.
God.
Really good job.
Perfectly balanced because it's not overly sweet, which is wonderful.
I also use a little tartaric acid to balance out the acid character in it, because the usually raspberries you don't need acid. Acid is just everywhere in raspberries, but with fall bearing raspberries like Carolina, they tend to be higher sugar content and less acid. So I used a little bit of tartaric acid into it and upped it up.
Amazing.
Well, it's fantastic. No notes.
Yes.
No notes. Do it again.
I would
Give
like
me more.
more about it.
I got a keg at home.
it's
Come
really-
by.
Yes.
Don't tempt me.
That address is
123 Mockingbird Lane.
I think he's screwing with us here.
in 30 days. Everyone shows up to 123 Mockingbird.
That's one of the problems when you know homebrewers, right? It's like, hey man, stop by, and you stop by, and then it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna have a beer and head out, and you have 12, and then it's like,
Yeah.
well, I'm staying at your house
Like,
tonight.
yeah, hey, that couch is looking real
Yeah.
friendly.
I brewed a Belgian IPA yesterday, and my homebrew club has a this thing where they it's called the Buddy Brew, and they basically take people who are lower level in brewing. They have only been brewing for
Newbies.
like a year or two, newbies, with people who have been brewing a lot longer, and so you pair them up so that you can learn from
That's
each other and do
awesome.
stuff. And so this girl in the club, Alicia, was paired up with me. So this quarters, we do it every quarter with it, and this quarters one was Belgian beers, and I was like,
Yes, please.
I'm open to anything you want to do. What do you want to do? She's like, I love IPAs, so let's do a Belgian IPA. I'm like, I haven't brewed one of those in
The
a long
Belgians,
time.
I went to a Belgian beer festival and tried Belgian IPAs, and that made me realize that IPAs aren't all shit.
Yes.
The Belgians did it better.
And so we brewed one yesterday, but my kegerator's in my garage, and it's like a big commercial kegerator. And we're brewing on my system in my garage. And so, she's going over, like, oh, I got to try everything, try it all. Like, oh, I love this one. Oh, I love this. She drank this one probably like, I don't know, 4 pints. By the time we're done, she's like, I need to sit here for a little while. like she was just like drinking them like they were candy, like water.
It is.
And it's just,
For those who can't taste it,
That is candy.
it is candy,
No
and
doubt.
it drinks like
Oh, yeah.
water.
and 5% is low, but if you drink a bunch of it,
Oh, yeah.
it catches up.
Yep. That's every time we would do brew days with the boys. Like we would rotate between whose house we're at, and everyone has their kegerator, and everyone's got.
But that's what makes brew day fun.
I agree.
I gotta start
It's
doing this
it's the
again,
rule. Like you can't brew homebrew without drinking homebrew.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I
that's
agree.
that's
That's
With,
what I
required.
say. That
with
is
the
the
exception
rule
your
you
first
learn.
time.
That's
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But like your first
But
time
then you
should be
gotta
with
have
the
a craft.
boys at someone else's house
Yeah.
who already has homebrew.
It's called initiation.
Yeah, that's why I always loved homebrew days at Senpai's house because he always has really good beer.
We gotta
And
start doing this again, man. I've missed the hell out of doing this stuff.
I agree. Yeah, I was supposed to. I actually got new yeast this weekend. I went and picked up some yeast because I'm doing a Belgian pale ale,
Nice.
and I wanted to do it yesterday. But then we
still
went
have
apple
a-
picking,
yeah.
and today I've got this. So if the winds of inspiration hit, I get to brew a Belgian pale ale today. We'll see. I'm
gotta-
guessing after this podcast, though, I'm probably not going to have inspiration to do shit.
I've got a 5-gallon beer or extract kit. I don't even remember what it is. It's an amber, I think. Something like that. But I got a 5-gallon extract kit, and I've had a 1-gallon kit sitting there for like 2 years.
Well, I'd like to.
I bought that at yard
sell-
sale for like $3.
They sell 1-gallon kits.
Well, I bought it at a yard sale for like $3.
It's gonna be fucked.
I don't know.
I gotta
Is
say
that
though,
a Mr.
like,
Beer Kit?
No, it's not.
one of the first time I ever brewed with a group of friends, like I had brewed before, but like they had never brewed, and he had gotten a Mr. Beer Kit for Christmas, and I was like, well, we can make this, and waited patiently, and it ended up just tasting like bread water. Like,
So-
I was like, you made like 1% alcohol bread water, but it is technically beer.
So the funny thing is, it's one of those, like, it's got specialty grains and extract for 1 gallon. It's some
God.
kind of like blood orange honey wheat or something like that.
And it's probably 4 years old, and the grains are so stale that you don't want to.
You know, I've looked into that actually, because I had a bag of crushed grains that had sat in my storage, and they were sealed for like 2 years, and I'm like, can you still use these? And like most people online, they're like, if it still smells like grain, try it.
Yeah.
So I made the batch, and honestly, I couldn't have told you the difference. It
So,
worked if it's stored properly.
There's a guy who is part of the Craft Homebrew Club. His name's Jerry Bonacy, and he was the king of people are like, oh, I get all these like old ingredients I want to get rid of. Oh, I'll take them. And he would make beers out of like garbage ingredients and make wonderful.
Sounds like me. No, so the very first one that I ever home brewed, again, I bought it at a yard sale for $2. I bought new yeast for it.
Yeah,
And
The yeast is definitely going to go bad. Everything else,
now,
maybe not.
I think I still have like 2 bottles of it, and it was one of those like, it's my first beer. I'm going to keep these forever. I'm never going to do anything with them. I think they're still in the basement somewhere.
They're not good anymore. Just drink them.
It tasted funky to me, and it's one of those like, I brewed it. It's beer. It's like, did I do this wrong? I don't know. And I brought it to one of the intro to judging classes, and I swear to God, it was that guy. Because we had a few different times we had like a guest speaker at this.
Jerry loves that kind of stuff. So
And
it's probably-
I think it's him because the name sounds familiar. And I brought it, and like I don't know how to feel about this. Like, what did I screw up? And the consensus was you did it right. You nailed everything in the category for this thing was supposed to be an American Pale Ale. I nailed everything in every category, but the taste I was tasting was because it was so old in the metal container. It was that metallic taste that was actually coming through into the fermented and bottled beer.
And Jerry's I'm not sure if he's a national or a master judge, but he's a great judge, and he's been doing it for 30 years.
Yeah, I was not expecting that kind of actual positive feedback to what was my first beer. Because I've never actually had anybody there for any of the beers that I've brewed at home. So I was just, me and the sheet of directions. But that one, I apparently nailed it. And it's like that was cool to hear that it wasn't wrong, but to learn that
you can't build a house on a shitty foundation.
Exactly. Yeah.
It could be a beautiful house, but if the foundation's shit.
Yeah.
When I took my
yeah.
BJCB beer exam in 2009, he was on the panel who were judging again, of already
Evaluators.
against the judges,
Certifying.
and so he was, he's well established before 2009. So I don't know when he got his, but it's been a long time. He's been around a long time for that.
Yeah.
See,
Makes sense.
one of my favorite things about brew days is we always would, at the end of the day, we would take like the most of or some of the spent grains, like after we had, everyone had brewed their own batches. There was usually like 5-6 brews going on at the same time. And then we would take all the spent grains and make a table beer.
Yeah.
So we would just mix all the grains together, and then whatever hops and extract that whoever was hosting,
Leftovers.
whoever was hosting would have like some. You always have some extract in the fridge, or I'm sorry, in the cabinet, or like some hops in the fridge or the freezer.
Yeah.
And so we would just take whatever random hops and stuff we were trying to get rid of, and maybe some extra extract, and we'd make like the random table beer. And then when brew day would come back around to you, that beer was on tap, and we would drink. We would just call it the table beer. That was just made, because people could be making.
Yeah.
I'm making a brown. You're making a stout. You're making a Kolsch, and then we'd mix all the grains together and be like, okay, who has extra yeast? Who has extra extract? Who has extra hops?
That's awesome.
And throw it together, and that would just be the random beer. And so many times it would just be a home run. Like so many times it's just all this random bullshit. You'd end up with like a 4.5% beer with just random hops and random yeast, and it was always good. And the fear was always like, we're gonna make something that's gonna be like the best thing we've ever fucking had, and then we're never gonna be able to make it again. But that was what it was about. It was about making like a basically a free 5-gallon of beer out of garbage. I don't care.
I think it's just a fall off from the earmuff. So we did something like that at Cap'n Cork. I remember once. And I never remember, but somebody took it to ferment it, and they were supposed to bring bottles. They call it the Mardi Gras beer. And I never got to try it. I never found out what happened.
Which one
to
is this?
So what are we drinking now?
Which one is it? Is it this one?
What we're drinking right now is a oak matured orange blossom mead. So
I love it. First of all,
when we went to the wife and I do a like a dinner club thing where we do these themed dinners, and we basically charge people almost basically cost, and they come and do these things. We just love to cook.
I'm same.
And so
I've seen some of your Facebook.
Yeah,
posts.
we do. We go out. So this one was a Harry Potter themed dinner.
Awesome.
And we went crazy. Like, I'll have to show you guys the pictures, but it was like the whole house got freaking turned into Harry Potter.
That's awesome.
Castle kind of thing. But this one was I made to be Madame Rosmata's oak matured mead. And so this one it's not like technically barrel aged, it's wood aged. So it's charred oak on a about 12.5% mead. Made with orange blossom.
Yeah, like the first sip the first sip and aroma gives me like Hobby Lobby vibes, like walking in and like just the smell of all like the
seasonal stuff.
Yeah, with the
I love the smell to this.
It's fantastic. It's almost like warm spiced yogurt. It's just something just like smooth.
That sounds good.
You don't want yogurt.
I wouldn't call it yogurt.
No, I mean like vanilla yogurt. It doesn't taste, but with like warm spices in it.
It's like a spiced candle, kind of.
Like a spiced candle, but like in the best fucking way possible.
This
so
one is
moist.
nothing but honey, water, yeast, and oak.
It's crazy because it has like warm spiced characteristics like nutmeg and cinnamon and like raisin.
That is wild.
Orange blossom mead.
Wow.
Aged on American oak. Medium charred American oak.
That is so good.
Did you do like chunks or spiral?
Spiral.
Okay.
And it's really got nice honey characteristic to it too. Like it's very much just really nice soft honey. That's crazy, like how much spice characteristic that has. Like,
I know we have a lot of listeners that make mead. And a question for you when they're making the mead, your ratio to honey to water to start off. Because you don't want it too dry, you want to get it sweetened. I know you back sweeten a lot of your stuff from what we talked about. But what is that like ratio? 3 pounds per gallon?
It all depends on what I'm trying to go for alcohol content, right? If you're going for a standard mead, usually I do 2.5 to 3 pounds per gallon.
Okay.
If I'm going like that raspberry one was 1 pound per gallon. And then with the like if I'm doing like a nice big heavy sack mead. So sack is not like in the derogatory term. Sack means like high alcohol in mead world. That I'll go like 3-4 pounds. But like there are even ones that are like Polish meads where they go equal volume of water and honey. So 1 gallon honey, 1 gallon water. Ooh. And then they have ones that's called Troniak. So that's called Dwoniak is equal parts water and honey. Troniak is 2 parts honey, 1 part water.
Jeez.
There's got to be a point to where it doesn't ferment everything and it stays sweeter to be.
That's about it. So with Troniaks, the hard part is you can't get it to ferment. So what they actually end up doing,
keeps killing it, yeah.
Yeah, what they end up doing is they mix in a bunch of it, and then they pour in the rest of it, the honey, and let it just sit on the bottom unmixed, and then the yeast just starts slowly biting away at that the yeast of the honey that's in the
So
bottom.
it doesn't kill it.
But it takes years to ferment. Like literally, it'll continue to ferment for 2 to 3 years for Troniacs. And those are traditional Polish meads, but
You said that was 2 to 1.
2 to 1.
Good Lord.
That's an investment in time.
That's
That's
crazy.
that's
Yeah,
cool
that's
though.
expensive.
And money, yeah.
Well, because the space, like it's taking up space.
I was in Poland earlier this year, and it was in their for in as far as other meads, they were expensive, but like a bottle was still like $21.
Oh, wow.
It was like nothing.
That's crazy. Well, I guess if you've got enough space, where you can afford to just let something sit for years at a time.
You're good.
Actually,
Yeah, let's take a quick moment to hear from, I don't know, whatever.
Today, we raise our flagons high to the unsung heroes of social gatherings and solitary musings, the mead makers. Those master fermenters who look at a hive and see not a sting operation, but a sweet, sweet future buzz. To you, the backyard alchemists juggling carboys and bung stoppers, always on a quest to unlock the ancient secrets of honey, water, and yeast. Blessed are your taste buds that can distinguish between clover and wildflower, orange blossom and buckwheat, all by the subtle notes in your golden brew. And a round of applause for turning your kitchen into a Meadery, where every surface is sticky, but your spirit's always lifted. Your pantry now stocks more local honey than a Bears convention, and you're on a first-name basis with every beekeeper in a 50-mile radius. Salute the patience of a saint as you wait for months, sometimes years, letting time wield its magic so the rest of us can sip the nectar of the gods at parties, or when we pretend we're Vikings on a lonely Tuesday night. We haven't forgotten the brave souls who experiment with adding fruits, herbs, and spices, chasing the fabled perfect flavor profile that could, one day, change the world one tipsy conversation at a time. Here's to the amateur chemists with sticky floors and hearts of gold, the mead makers, who remind us that sometimes the sweetest things in life ferment in the dark, just waiting for their moment to shine. Now go forth, arm yourselves with goblets and cheer, and pour another glass of the drink that history can't seem to forget. Here's to you, mead makers. Cheers!
Who wants to welcome back?
Oh, welcome back. Well, now that we've all urinated, and now that we've all,
Expelled
recycled,
expired, expelled the Budweiser.
yeah, that's right. We donated beer and meat apparently, and cider. Oh, we're so spoiled today. We're so spoiled when Bill comes on.
These last 3 weeks.
Yeah. How many more people do you know with the level of skill and knowledge that you have, Bill? Because we could use about 7 or 8 more Bills to come on the podcast every time we record.
We can make that happen.
We need 7 or 8 more people to continue to bring us good
We're going to
stuff.
start recording twice a week.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it sounds so fancy.
Oh, yeah.
Wait for it. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're uncorking some more mead here.
They had a lot more pop than I thought.
I think Bill did that for us. He did that for us. All right, and so let me read this off real quick before I pass it around and everyone has some. So this one's Four Fires Meadery called Kentucky Field Trip, and the artwork looks like, Woody. It
Toy
is
Story,
Woody from
yes.
Toy Story riding a barrel that looks like some kind of horse. So honey wine aged in bourbon barrels. Oh, yeah.
You said honey wine?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
honey wine, mead,
TTB says you have if it's in a barrel, it cannot be called mead, which means it has to be called honey.
We started this meadery out of a small garage in Maumee, Ohio.
Mommy.
Oh, what's up, Ohio? What began as 4 friends experimenting with libations turned into a project that we only reserve as our second home, but also as a means of expressing our passion for making honey wine in a creative, collaborative way. The liquid this bottle the liquid in this bottle is the result of many months of hard work, challenges, and unbelievable support we have received through it all. We hope you enjoyed the fruits of our labor with our friends and family.
And all I can think of is, you got a friend in me.
So I figured this would be a great next
Not a good thing to
mead
hear in prison.
after barrel, a wood-aged beer, wood-aged mead that we just had.
It doesn't smell definitely doesn't smell as smooth as that last one.
No,
It
this
does,
one smells boozy.
yeah, it's got some legs to it. Very boozy smell.
Does it actually have an ABV on that bottle?
Whoa, you feel
I didn't
it.
see one.
It's there.
Yeah, you can tell there's booze to it, but like not in a harsh way.
Yeah.
It almost has a
Sweeter
little bit.
too. Lots sweeter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it almost has almost like a cidery kind of like almost like a apple honey
thinking
kind
that,
of
yeah.
flavor, like it was like apple blossom honey or some shit.
It's warm. It's definitely got a warm.
So let's see, who wants to take a guess on what the ABV is?
15.
13.7.
I was gonna say 12 to 14 somewhere in there. So I'll stick with 12. I'll go low end.
It is 14.
Oh.
Yeah, I should have went with the high end. It's still good though. It is still
That is
tasty.
fantastic.
It is sweet, a lot sweeter than the ones we've had before.
Yep, but not overly sweet.
I tend to like my meads medium sweet, so I tend to make everything medium sweet.
I agree.
And depending on who you talk to, my meads are either dry or medium sweet. Like some people think that the mead that you just had was dry. I'm like, that is not dry.
They're wrong.
They're
No.
wrong.
I'll call
Well,
it
when
out.
it
They're
comes to
wrong.
mead, though, you have two complaints mainly. You have either it's too dry or it's way too sweet.
Yeah.
Is what everyone relates mead to.
I just want it to taste like the honey.
Agreed.
Like my expectation is that when I drink mead, I
Yeah.
want honey characteristics to come through.
But you don't want to sip on the honey.
No, exactly. I don't. If I want to just eat honey, I'll just eat honey.
This
you know?
one's a little on the sweeter side.
This is
Definitely.
this is definitely on that sweeter side.
Not in a bad way though.
If
It's
the
not
body
overpowering.
was slightly heavier, I think it would carry the sweetness a little better because it's
Yeah.
the body's a little thin, and then you get that sweetness, and I kind of
It's like
I kind of
watered
expect
down
it to be
honey.
heavier, like
Yeah.
honey. You know,
And I get more like boozy liquor than I do barrel. Like I get that like
I would agree
it
with
tastes
that.
like they took a little more like they took a little bourbon and just
It
poured it
does
in there.
have a boozy back end.
Then I do get like a woody barrel character from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I really don't taste tannins, but the sweetness overpowers, I think, most of it.
I'd
Yeah.
agree with that.
I think the one that I had was a little bit more balanced, a little more
Yes.
tannin, a little
Oh,
more.
it definitely was. Not it might have. It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
this,
agree.
this is still good. It's still this is definitely
But if you want one of those
Barrel-aged
sweeter
mead.
ones,
it also suggests serving it between 50 and 55, and it's a little colder than that. Maybe
Yeah, it's
maybe I'll let it warm up a little
Yeah.
bit and see
I'll pull the next one out a little bit. Maybe it's probably a little too cold. So that way it warms up a little bit.
I don't think it's going to change remarkably with a little bit of temperature.
I almost think the booziness will come out more.
You're right, it does. I just poured a tiny bit and rolled it around, and yeah, more of the boozy.
I don't hate it though. It's still good and clean.
No, it's
It does have a honey flavor to it. Like I do get honey at the end, so like I'm happy about that. But I think it's unfair because we drank some meads leading up to this that were
Out of
much
this
more
world,
well
yeah.
balanced.
And if it's barrel aged, though, you want to taste that oak tannin,
Yeah.
maybe vanilla flavor, depending on what oak they use. But I don't taste any of the barrel. I just taste sweetness.
I taste bourbon. I don't necessarily taste wood.
Yes.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
And if you rouse it
more
up, I also get
developed,
a
yeah.
little bit of plasticky kind of
Yeah, the aroma.
ethyl acetate character.
Yeah, the aroma leaves a little bit to be desired. And again, I don't think that these notes shouldn't really take away from it. I think it's still good.
It's not derogatory. It's just
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the difference between a 4 out of 5 and a 5 out of 5 mead, this is coming closer to like the 3.5 out of 5 mead for me. But it's hard when you're coming off of drinking, like a 5 out of 5 mead.
You're making me blush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's deserved. I mean,
But to be this sweet, though, it had to back sweeten it.
Oh yeah, they definitely back sweeten this. I mean,
Yeah, there's definitely unfermented honey in there. Like you can just feel it on your lips.
no knock ever on someone who back sweetens, but yes, this is definitely back sweetened.
Oh, yeah.
I'll hate on you if you back sweeten with sugar.
Yeah. that's true.
What if I
definitely
back
get
sweeten
more
with
of
my
that.
love?
That's different.
And I have one more mead for us.
Oh, this is terrible.
I love this bottle. The bottle is cool too. I love when they do the mead in like the tall, skinny wine bottles.
Yeah.
The overpriced bottle at the winery.
And they're not always like the most not everything's perfect from them, but Billy at Lost Cause is making some of the best meads on the market. So
Nice.
Oh, the bottle art is very cool. Oh, the color on
And
that.
beautiful.
Oh man,
And it looks like a dessert bottle.
It
So
looks-
I'm wondering if this is going to be really sweet.
it looks like dark rum, like black rum dark. The artwork is cool as shit. Like it's like a reflective bottle of like this like undead Viking type character with a red beard playing bagpipes, and it looks cool as
awesome.
fuck. Let's see. Do they have something on here that isn't the Surgeon
Can you
General
imagine
warning?
what
Yeah, I
Zach
think it's the
Wild
other
if he
side.
played bagpipes?
Yes, Stay Lost, produced and bottled by Lost Cause Meadery. And then, here's some details. Wee honey. Let's see. Traditional style mead, aged 17 months in peated Scotch barrels. Interesting. 14% ABV. Honey varietal is avocado blossom, which is interesting. I know they've got a lot of that out west.
So is it honey from Mexico then?
Possibly.
That's where avocados come from, according to the commercials.
avocados also come from California.
Yep. And almonds. Yeah, the terrible for the environment. But anyway, let's see. We believe in the text is really small here, so I apologize. I'll do my best. We believe in the reckless pursuit of life's lost causes and celebrate those crazy souls who, like us, are willing to trade their cow for a handful of magic beans. Cheers, Salante, and Skol.
So after reading that, though, I'm expecting a smoky, sweet.
I
Style mead.
haven't drank this, but I want to just keep my nose in this forever.
Does it have a smoky smell? Because I haven't
No,
tried to
it's
smoke
not
it.
smoky.
I get it. I get a little smoky. It's just a little smoky on the smell, like almost like somebody opened up a bottle of liquid smoke in the room next to you.
Yeah, I mean, like there's like a faint character of that, but I don't get like it's not overly.
No, it doesn't smell like a campfire.
I smell Sharpie. In it.
You smell Sharpie.
Not that I huff Sharpies, but that,
Yes, you
that
do.
smell when you open a Sharpie.
It
and
has
it's
a
just
light
that,
peated smell
That
to
hint
it.
of like a
Yes.
permanent marker.
Yes, it
Yes, it's got that peatedness that
smells. Smells good.
I get very like deep herbal characters.
Yeah, I
with,
swirl
like,
it, let it open up. The Sharpie goes away, and there's more depth to it, without a doubt.
I can't get past the peat.
I
See, I get that light. The peat's there. It's a light peat, little oaky, little woody.
I harken back to last week. Daryl and Johnny and I and a friend went and met with another friend and drank some beers, and we had this Mexican stout, this spiced Mexican stout, and to me, it smelled very much like the raisin cinnamon rolls my mom made as a kid. But for some reason, Daryl kept saying it smelled like the soup his mom would make. This vegetable soup.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And I
Stop
get
smelling it.
when I smell this, I get a hint of like tomato soup vibes.
See, I get like
could see
I get
that,
like
yeah.
raisins and prunes.
Current,
and,
yeah.
I mean, I get that in the flavor too. I get like
Dark fruits.
dark dried
Yeah.
fruits.
So out of everything we've had so far, though,
The flavor
this
for
is
sure.
the darker style mead. I can taste the peat in it, but it's on the back end and it's very light.
This is
very light.
much more well balanced than the last one.
When I think like old school,
it is sweet.
old world,
Yes.
like
It
is sweet.
Viking
Still
mead,
sweet.
this is what I picture it tasting like.
they tend to
Just
do
dark
sweet
and
meats.
heavy. Yeah.
But now to your point earlier, the last one we had that was sweet. You said there wasn't as much body. This was
has
sweet
body.
and has
This has
more
body.
body.
Yes.
to
This
it.
one's luscious.
Yeah.
The body really helps with the sweetness because like when you get the sweetness, it feels expected.
The legs on this thing are like
Insane.
viscous.
Yeah.
They go all the way up.
Thick. They thick.
They're like the Rockettes. It's like legs
Yes.
for days.
I like this one a lot.
Yeah, I like it better than the last one because you still get honey characteristic. The body is
It's more developed.
the body
I like
is
that.
heavier to go with the sweetness that
It
you
matches,
get, which
yeah.
is this is more balanced. Like from end to end, from the front of the palate to the back.
It's all there.
Yes, the last one I felt like I was getting like a different experience from the front of my palate to the back, and both those experiences were good, but this has that wonderful kind of like just it flows through where it just
Yeah.
naturally cascades across your palate with that heaviness and that sweetness. I'm not a huge Scotch fan, but the peatiness and everything in this is really nice.
Oh, it complements it so well.
So if I'm ever in San Diego, this is gonna be one of my stops now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they're definitely
For
great.
sure.
And Billy's making amazing meads, and they
We can tell just the way this is blended.
only like sort of through Tavor do some meads to Michigan, but other than that, you have to go to California to get them. So
This is probably one of my favorite sweet meads.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I'm not a fan of sweet meads.
I've not had a lot of sweet meads I like, but this I would actually want to drink a second glass of.
yeah.
Like I think with a lot of
Glass,
sweet
I
meads
drink
is
the
like
bottle. What are you talking about?
it's
and the bottle art is fucking awesome.
it is so fucking good.
So,
I think with a lot of sweet meads too is like it's that it's overwhelming to the palate where like it's too cloying and like
Yeah.
you don't want the second glass
it
like
coats
it
your
feels like
tongue
yeah
and
you're
that's
stuck.
it. There's
I actually
nothing
think
there.
the peat is what mellows it out.
It doesn't stick to my
It's
tongue.
more earthy. Yeah, it's grounding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like there's a mead festival that if you're into mead, you should absolutely go. It's called Sugar Belt, and it's in Crown Point in Indiana. And
when does that run?
It's in May, I think.
Okay.
And Lost Cause is always there, but
Dark Lord
they're-
Day is usually in May.
It's the exact same
In
day
Indiana.
as Dark Lord Day.
Oh wow, that's well. Oh, well, okay. So we go to the Mead Festival early. We go get our Dark Lord variants and then watch the concert.
But they're
Problem solved.
they're like 40 minutes away from each other. So Crown Point, Indiana.
So
and
what you're saying is we need-
Munster in
yeah.
Indiana.
We need a
are
non-drinking
like
DD.
40 minutes away from each other.
That's fine.
We just need a
Dark Lord Day doesn't need to be the entire day.
We need a non-drinking DD is what this boils down to.
And
Solved.
one of the problems there is you're working your way around 50 something meaderies, and after about the 10th, you've got mead mouth,
Yes.
and you literally just have this like
You need to bring a coffee and a water.
I haven't
literally-
experienced this.
No,
yet.
it literally just like you ever seen the picture of Winnie the Pooh just with like honey coming out of his mouth? He's got like hand. That's what your mouth feels like. And they
I'm
only
on
have
board.
He's selling this.
I'm all on
Stop
board
it.
with
I'm
this.
already in.
they
I
only
can
have
only get so.
they only have one beer at the entire place, and it's at the place that runs like the meadery that runs it has it there, and it's PBR.
Yes. Yeah.
And it is
I'm a PBR boy.
and it literally is the greatest PBR you've ever had in your life.
Every PBR I have is the greatest
Because
PBR of my
you're
life.
You're like mouth, like just like oh honey, so much honey, and then you're like, oh my god, this is amazing. Oh my god, PBR, where have you been in my life?
So you were really selling me on the homebrewers.
said
And then
PBR.
PBR.
Yeah, you were
Yep.
selling me on the homebrewers festival, and that sounded like the best festival ever. But now there's a festival where the palate cleanser is my favorite beer.
I love it.
I collect PBR memorabilia. I've been collecting PBR signs specifically from the '60s.
Nice.
There's wood PBR signs from the '60s, and they all have just
Nice.
weird ass sayings. Like one of the ones I have says, "Next time, bring your wife." I guess. And the other one is compare PBR, like, try any other, American lager and compare it to PBR. And I'm like, so dude, this is the 1960s. You haven't won a blue ribbon since 1894. Like, I mean, come on. What do you mean
What I
compare?
love about them, they win one blue ribbon, and that's the entire basis
Yeah.
of the product. The rest of it's
For
existence. I love it.
130
I love
years,
it.
they've been
We
riding
won
that.
this.
And you know what? God damn it, they're right.
You're goddamn right.
I will drink a PBR over pretty much anything. Like,
Oh yeah.
especially if we're out on the boat or if it's a hot day or if I'm just thirsty. PBR. Yep, it's the old go-to. I'm a hipster through and through.
You know, those last two Meads were really good, but the sweetness to them,
It adds up. It adds up.
Yeah, it
Like,
does.
even that last sip was good, but I don't think I can do another one.
We need a PBR to wash it all down.
we might need a beer.
We might need something
probably-
even sweeter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty sweet too, isn't it?
Let's give a proper glass rinse before we do this one, because this one was a special donation that we've been kind of excited about because we've been drinking a lot of this brewery kind
Do
of
we wanna
off show, and they absolutely fucking knock it out of the park with everything they've ever done.
Do we want to piss Daryl off and make him wait till next episode, though?
No.
No.
So
I'm
The
excited.
thing is, though, like I had
Mostly 'cause
the
I wanna
last one I
drink
had was very, very sweet.
we've
Like,
got
a little
that potential
too
here.
Sweet.
Well,
So we'll see
luckily
how
we've
this
been
is.
drinking sweet, so this is
can't be
probably
that
going to be.
sweet.
Oh, yeah,
This is going to get dialed down, I'm sure.
So not to to rip the Band-Aid off here, we're drinking some Transient Artisan ales. Like everything Transient
Thank
has
you, Jeff.
done. Yeah, once again,
Was it, hold
our
on,
benefactor.
Was it Jeff or was it Zach this time?
This one was Jeff.
That was
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you, Jeff. Yes.
Transient, just they can't fail. I'm starting to get very much Three Floyds vibes from them, where everything they touch is magic.
I'm thinking some of them we should age out longer.
I agree. We kind of wanted to age this one too, but like the excitement to drink it because it's a 2024. This one is the Bueze,
Sure.
Bueze. I don't know how you pronounce it.
Views.
But the artwork on the front is this like very like regal looking dog with like this kind of like Roman golden olive branch crown. And it is a opulent blend of 1, 2, 3, and 4 year Weller bourbon barrel aged Kentucky Imperial Breakfast Stout with West Coast Pawpaw vanilla and tugboat coffee and maple syrup.
So the
I had an erection before you started.
at a boozy 16.5%.
now the maple
That
syrup.
comment, we know he is one of us on the show now.
Now the maple syrup they use though is the same one that Founders uses for their CBS, and that was called. I can't think of the maple syrup.
I don't fucking remember.
We drank it here.
I
We
know.
drank just maple syrup.
Oh
here.
yeah, it was good. And I also
we slurp sample.
I gotta say, shout out to this is a waxed bottle, like a lot of wax
Nice.
bottles we've had, but they have a little pull tab that allows you to pull the wax off,
fancy.
which is super, super great. Three Floyds, learn your lesson. Yeah, I literally was pulling my keys out for a bottle opener, and Johnny and Bill both grabbed bottle
out a
openers and
knife?
handed me. Hang on, I got this. Let me pull off the. Ow! He threw a cork at me.
You corked him.
Little bitch.
Let me pull off. Seriously. I pull off the wax. Let me
on a cork.
let me
Threw a
see if
little
I
wood at
can.
you and you throw a fit.
I'll try to. Oh,
Who throws a shoe, really?
here we go. There's some kind of little fiber or something there. There we go. Let's see if I can open this in front of the mic.
That's asbestos.
It adds flavor. All right. All you pussies can't handle your asbestos.
Mesothelioma.
You might be entitled to compensation. Go to darylsdildos.com to learn if you are entitled to compensation. Okay, it smells. Oh man,
It smells good. Even the other ones
it
we
smells
had
so good.
Take your word for it.
The problem was that last one was really sweet. And that was the Blantons. That they aged it in Blanton barrels. The
Yeah.
last one I had.
I remember that,
It smells like a schmore. You know, I feel like I always have to extra pronounce the schmore and s'more.
Pass that around though.
It does smell like a schmore. It's like
Oh, we
chocolate.
peaked
Yeah.
audio levels a couple times.
The aroma in the glass is very much booze and schmore. Oh yeah, very sweet chocolate smell.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Oh,
You can definitely smell the coffee in
god
the nose.
damn.
Oh, I'm nervous and
So
excited.
I think it's pronounced booze.
Booze, you're right, it is. He told us that. Dude,
So this does not taste real sweet at all. But
No,
it could be
it's-
because of the meads we had.
it is like, it tastes like German chocolate cake with a little bit of like whiskey and fucking caramel.
Oh my!
And the erection got harder.
Oh, dudes! I thought I could
That's
only
what that
get
feeling
source.
is?
That is
Wow.
That is fantastic.
That is unreal.
That is dessert stout without being heinously sweet like you want desserts
I will
that
say,
are expectant.
out of all the transients we've had, all have been good with the exception of Smolverine.
I love Smolverine.
was good.
Oh, no, man, that thing
that
was
was
good.
The one we had the last one we had, I forgot what flavor it was.
It was like the Sweet Tarts one.
That one was good.
remember.
Yeah.
But the ones before that, I did not like.
They were too sour for Daryl. This, though,
That's okay.
this is
wow.
But Transient does a good job.
yeah, it's like German chocolate cake with caramel.
Yeah.
And somebody put booze in the mixture.
I have a little bit of the Antique 107 left at home, and I might.
Oh, wow.
I'm either gonna have a glass of that or a glass of Blanton's tonight. Is a friend's birthday today, who's no longer with us, so I'm gonna have a good salute to him tonight. And I don't know.
Here's to
Everybody.
Keith.
Here's to Keith.
Slancha.
Miss you, buddy. In your honor, sir. Unfortunately, this is gonna air about a month after, but nonetheless.
It is. I think that we were also correct
Oh my
in wanting
God,
to
this is
age
good.
this because I think in a year
It would smooth out the flavors.
Yeah.
It
A
wouldn't be so
little bit.
boozy.
the bourboniness, the
I'm just gonna
whiskiness,
love
like
it even more, though.
the like that booziness would have mellowed out, and you would have got way more of that like
I'm okay
dessert
with it.
cake.
I'm okay
Oh,
with it
yeah,
with
it's
the sweetness
fantastic.
in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so good.
So I'm fine.
This is where the alcohol actually helps in the balance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right.
Like I think
Because
that
if it wasn't there, that offset of the sweetness would be
yeah.
terrible.
it would be syrupy
Too much.
if there wasn't booze here. And I think that the booze is part of that balance.
And I like it.
I think age is not going to be a problem here, but I think
It
that
looks like there's definitely more.
it's drinking fantastic.
No, yes.
I'm absolutely.
Once again, transient apps. Oh my god, I just burped and it tasted like a bite of German chocolate cake. Like my mom used to make this German chocolate cake. It was my sister's favorite cake. So that was her birthday in
favorite
September.
Yeah.
And it was always just the densest, moistest, chocolatiest cake.
Moist.
And my sister also liked caramel like the rest of us, so my mom would do like a chocolate like caramel frosting, and like this embodies that.
I should also add happy birthday to my cousin too, who is still here. But cheers,
Yeah,
Dave.
well, go die and your birthday will be
R.I.P.
special.
Johnny's cousin.
Yeah.
No, fuck you all. I'll tell you why it's a bad thing off the air, but
No, no. Well,
we want you to come home safe. Be safe. We'll see you, and we'll toast.
we
drink in
wish
person.
you life, liberty,
the
and
rest of these
we
guys.
wish you life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness.
I didn't say anything.
You didn't. You're,
I thought it, but I didn't say anything.
work.
May your first child be a masculine child.
Skull. I think.
God damn.
I think
this
we
went
also
sideways.
we might also be suffering from we've had other things to drink, and the alcohol might be a factor in our judging of this. But this is fantastic.
No,
I don't think so because it's not like overly sweet.
No,
No, I mean it's good, is what I'm saying. Is like
incredibly
we're still
balanced.
picking up the characteristics of it. And it's
I was just
amazing.
saying that maybe we think it's better than it is because we're drunk.
No.
All right, good. I'm glad everyone else is
man.
agreeing.
It's good because it's good.
I've not had any alcohols.
How many bottles do we have on the table? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
my
10,
God.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 because one's unopened.
Some of them are not empty.
Plus the early pre-sampler, so we're at
Like two of
plus
them
one
aren't
now.
empty.
So 30 minutes, 15 for 4 of us at high gravities, me, whatever. All fine.
I'm a big fan of imperial stouts.
My,
And I think that's one of the
yes.
reasons we started doing this is because we all
drink a lot
also
of
like
Imperials.
imperial
Yeah.
beers. And this, goddamn, we have had countless imperial stouts, and this is standout. This is
We could actually
Good.
count them. We could go back and count them.
Go for it. Let us know how many.
yeah.
No.
That sounds very much like a Johnny project. I don't give a shit.
I edit, I post, I'm done.
You know what the great thing about podcast fame is that at a certain point we have so many fans that one of those autists will go back and they will tell us exactly how many unique
So-
beers we've drank.
When do we hit podcast fame?
Oh, that's the fun thing. You don't.
There's podcast name?
Yeah.
That's what I was curious about.
Oh, hey, what's up,
what
Joe
the hell
Rogan?
happened?
How you doing? Yeah.
Oh, there's one. Got it. Go on.
Yep.
And most people know him from the TV show.
Fear Factor.
Yep.
You know how they got canceled?
I didn't.
No, well, they got canceled because they were making people drink horse semen, and apparently that was not legal.
Oh.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I just drink that on.
Yeah, I just drink it because I like the taste. Like, I mean,
It is sterile.
yeah.
I had those 2 beers from Finland or whatever the hell it was. I ain't doing anything of it.
Don't alienize our Finnish viewers like that. Our Finnish viewers do not ferment beer with horse cum in it. Like,
Viewer, and it's not horse, it's sperm whales.
well, that's different. Okay.
It's in the name.
And
Yeah.
it's not just the sperm, it's the nut. It's the whole ball.
So, but that would have to be a goza, right? Because it comes from salt water. I mean, how else are you going to harvest whale sperm? It's not like you have them just on land.
We're at time. And
We
we're
just
into the-
milk whales. We
I
just
was
bring
just
them on
thinking about
land
milking
and
whale.
yeah.
we're into the third element, the bullshit factor a little
We're
bit.
not done.
I think we should
I
probably...
too have nipples. Can you milk me?
we still have one. We have one beer to drink
I'm in.
after we
Oh,
finish
I'm
this.
in.
We do have
we're
one beer
doing
to
that
drink.
one?
Yeah, we should. Well, we put it on the table. We have a table beer and we haven't had our table beer yet, so we have to finish our stout and we're gonna have our table beer. This stout's too good for us to rush, so I hope you're ready for a long episode. Johnny might cut this one down into two. Yeah,
You're funny.
Johnny might cut this down into 2 episodes.
If I was ever going to cut an episode in half, it would have been the Hot Wings Challenge one, and that was 1 hour and 37 minutes.
yeah, but that was our only live episode, so that makes sense to be long.
Oh, yeah.
If you're still listening, December 15th, we're going to do bottle share.
Bottle share, December 15th. You get to come and, well, I think there's
Am I
more.
going to come for a change? Holy shit.
That's what your wife keeps telling me.
I don't want to spoil it, but I think
Holy shit.
I think there's more of this beer available. I think he bought more than one.
Excellent.
There will definitely be some of the Dark Lords that we have drank in previous episodes. I would just we'll have some of the beers we've drank in previous
Can we
episodes for
invite
anyone to drink.
Ozzy Osbourne to that? Because that would just be amazing.
Yeah, what? I don't know why, but yes, because we.
Invite anyone you like.
So if anybody listening happens to know anybody who could hook us up with Ozzy Osbourne, December 15th.
Why did you pick
they
Ozzy?
want him-
Yeah, where the fuck did that come
left
from?
field.
Prince of Darkness.
And
I mean, I feel we
Yeah,
should
40
invite him to
years
some of
ago.
that. He's still got
Now
good
he's
music.
decrepit, weird old guy of darkness.
Man, have you
Still got good music.
have you heard of the Norwegian death metal band Mayhem?
I have, man.
Yeah, their singer blew his head off with a shotgun, and the drummer found him in his house, took a picture of it before reporting to the police, and that was the cover to their next album.
awesome.
So
and
he's
back
not,
to beer.
He's not coming.
That's
to
the Prince of Darkness.
He's not-
Ozzy Osbourne's a bitch.
That guy's not coming to the show.
No, because he's dead.
Anyways, back to the beer.
Ozzy Osbourne's a bitch. That's all I got to say.
with a lot more money than us.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Yeah, but he can sing beautifully clear, you know? Like, the man can still sing War Pigs, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Generals gather in their masses. Now, Ozzy, can you, how did you view that content? Well, it was called, you know, it was good. We're
We're gonna get sued by Ozzy.
Think of the publicity on that.
Oh, I'd be all right with
Yeah,
it.
there's going to be 2 new people who just discovered Ozzy Osbourne for the first time.
He can
Since
sue us
Post
for all of
Malone.
our money of, oh yeah, we don't make money.
No.
That'd be great. Ozzy's going to own our podcast now. He's going to show up and start giving us notes. Like, well, it was good. Well, you snort a line of ants. This would be good for the content, Sharon. The content. It's you for the Sharon.
I don't know what happened, but
I feel bad for our listeners right now.
I don't. They knew what they were getting into. They subscribed.
They did.
Did they like, though?
Remember, like, share, subscribe, follow, do whatever.
You did really good with that
Blowjobs,
sentence.
it's all good.
You did.
Dildos.com.
That was one of your best sentences. There was a subject, there was a predicate, there was a delivery, and you nailed all of them. You nailed all of them. I'm so proud of you.
Like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends.
Like, Sharon? I really want us to finish this stout, but it is too good to chug.
Yeah, I'm not chugging.
I
it.
know.
Oh,
I
he
mean,
just
I
downed
will.
it and like he's done.
Ah, then I don't feel bad.
I finished it. That was really good.
I'll just go get another glass.
I absolutely love that.
Look at the big brain on Daryl.
The smart one of the group today.
So we'll Not to be
definitely not.
not to be
I learned my
anticlimactic,
lesson this week.
but we've always had a really good experience with the boys from Metabrew.
Yeah.
And shout out to what is it, the Mayor of Wolftown, an American.
America.
They
and
might be
Brew.
the same guy. Shout out to the
American
twins.
and Brew. Yeah, the White Brothers.
White Brothers, yep.
But we've got a little bit of Metabrew. We're just going to kind of wrap things up with something a little lighter, something
and
a
they were
little
just
easier
at,
to drink.
Well, one of them was at Oktoberfest.
Yes. Well, and we had some other friends of the brewery
went
who were
too.
at Oktoberfest as well, and very jealous.
I want to go next.
Oh, dude, that food looks so good.
I can't wait to go.
Food you eat? What?
Bro, look at me. Yes, I eat. Come on.
I love that the some of this can is in English and some's in German. So I'm going to do the English part first, which is brewed with love and dedication by the world's leading
my God,
Web3. I thought it was Leet Speak. I thought like they were using threes as E's, but it's Web3 beer brand, metabrew.com. So
Would have been so much cooler if it was Leet Speak.
yeah, it would be, because I can actually read Leet Speak, so that would be just fine, because I'm a nerd. But yeah, as in Web3, for those who don't know Web3 is kind of a reference to cryptocurrency, NFTs, things of that nature. And Metabrew is a brewing society or a brewery that
Runs with cryptocurrency.
Yep, yeah, it's essentially like a cryptocurrency subscription beer type thing. Like, not really even subscription, but it's very interesting. We've had it in previous episodes. You can go back and listen to them. But then the German part, I can read German. I'm not great at it. I speak very little, but Zutaten is Brauweiser, Gerstermalz, Hopfen, ingredients, water, malt, hops. So apparently that's water, malt, hops in German.
In
So
German.
impressive.
Water, malt, hops.
yeah, they translate it later. But yeah, so this is an Oktoberfest from Metabrew.
And what's the percentage on this one? Because normally Metabrews we've been doing about 3.5.
5.5. No, they
so they're
were
up.
the ones the table
had
beers we
one
had
that
were
was-
2.5.
They
Yeah.
had
Oh,
one that
that's
was
right.
pretty heavy. It was
And
like a 5.5.
The 2.5s were nice. This is
Yeah,
5.5.
they were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 2.5s were nice because it was just great table beer. We drank
They had
25
a-
beers.
It was a Marzen there.
So
This is the Marzen.
Similar to the
Yeah.
Marzen we had a couple weeks ago.
they brought a total of, if I remember correctly, 32 beers.
25.
That day. No,
Drank them all.
So they brought 25 because we were each supposed to get 5 to bring home.
Yeah, that
But
did
it was
happen.
like 32 total that they brought. They left with 2 because
Yeah, we just drank
started
all of
drinking and kept going.
We just started cracking table beers.
Oh yeah.
And shout out Metabrew Society. We've been really happy with your
Absolutely.
stuff. And if you want to sponsor the content, we would gladly drink your beer as our
and
table
cheers
beer
to you
in
every
every
episode.
episode.
we need to go to their event next year, the same time as Oktoberfest.
Twist my fucking arm.
There you go.
Where and when?
Same
Germany.
time as Oktoberfest in Germany.
End of September.
So I have a friend of mine.
I will go.
I'm going to very shorten the story. So his sister was in Germany for Oktoberfest, or she was like going to school there. So he went to Germany to visit his sister. He remembers landing and going to dinner. The next memory he has of the entire 4 or 5 day trip was waking up on the plane, wearing the same clothes that he landed in, with a note pinned to his shirt that goes, "Remember, dumbass, you have a dog in luggage." He went to Oktoberfest. He got shit-faced. He bought a actual German Shepherd dog, continued drinking, and then woke up on the plane reading the note that
This
turned
is the
into his
experience I'm
German
trying to have. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Except I'm not a little bitch. I can drink. German
Everyone
beer.
that went to Oktoberfest I talked to this year said the Oktoberfest beer at the actual festival sucked.
Really?
That's too bad.
Was it Americanized?
But if you went, I don't know, but if you went off-site,
Yeah.
it was really good beer. But at
So-
Oktoberfest was not good.
In the
That doesn't surprise
And
me
I've heard
though,
that
because
multiple
it's
times.
because it is a massive.
Isn't Oktoberfest like cleaning out your system?
No, well, usually Oktoberfests are, it's like you the last bit of lager you're gonna do in March, and then you lager it for long periods, while you go into summer where you're not brewing, because traditionally you didn't have any temperature control.
Yeah, fermenting your beers in
Right,
summer
so
would be a
summer
pain
was a
when you
bad
don't
idea.
have temperature control.
But you put them into caves, and it just stayed there over the summer, and then you pulled them out, and then you would drink them in September, October.
I was unaware of that.
Mm-hmm.
I
And that's why Marzen is March, right? You brew them in March.
Oh, that makes sense.
And so so they were like the end of the brewing season. You would brew them so that they would come out when you would start brewing again. And that was like the celebration that you would start brewing again.
Yeah, that's
so
why
much more to this than I ever thought.
that's why it's always been interesting me to think about, like, when here, in the modern age, when you're drinking an Oktoberfest or a Marzen, like it's in October or September, but they're lagers. And like, typically, your lager season now in modern times, your lager seasons are more like your like spring, summer.
Yeah.
So it very much makes sense that they were making like lagers and things like this in spring and then drinking them in fall.
And, when you don't have temperature control, you want that time where in, US thing, you're looking at like below 50 for primary.
Yeah.
And then you lager almost at freezing, like just above freezing. So they would literally put them into these deep caves where they would just sit there all summer at like 35 to 40 degrees and just sit there all the time, and they would lager out, and then that's the beer they would have.
I will say this: we did an
Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest and Marzen section in the judging class, and when a couple of the guys brought some of the actual like Oktoberfest and Marzen styles from Germany to the class, I think we did one or two comparisons of U.S. beers compared to those. Not even comparable. Not
This
even
is-
on the same page.
yeah.
I'm really
Unreal.
impressed though. Out of all the sweet meads and the beer that we drank that was still sweet, and then we're going to this, which is not sweet,
Nope.
but
It's
it's
still
got some good flavors and it's
fantastic.
lagered
Yeah.
out and
This
done really
cuts
well.
That sweetness.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Because it's got that nice little bit of bitterness in the background.
Absolutely.
just a little
Yeah.
dry, a little bitter, and it's very drinkable. It's very light.
And this
Oh,
is a
yeah.
beer anyone can get still.
You're damn right.
The excuse me, my favorite beer of all time, like I will every year go for it over and again, is Anger Oktoberfest. It is the
Excuse me.
consistently on my top 5, usually my 1 or 2 for every year I've ever been drinking beer.
I don't know if I've had this one.
Where's that made out of?
It's made out of Germany. You've probably had Anger from their Doppelbock, which is I think that one's the. I'm trying to remember which. I have to look and see which Doppelbock it is. I can't remember off the top of my head. I've been drinking.
No, not here.
Really?
We don't
But,
do that.
Anger is great. Every beer they ever make is great, but they've been around for 200 years or something. But
It's
their
ranked number 1. Like
Oktoberfest is probably, arguably the best beer I've ever had in my life, and I can have it every year, and it's wonderful.
That excites me.
Yeah, and I like
Now I wanna try it.
Oktoberfest isn't my favorite style of all time. It's like it's good. I like it,
Year after year, it moves up for me.
Yeah.
but
But Anger, you're talking about just
Anger.
so everyone knows when they would look it up. AYINGER.
Yes.
Okay.
I know I've had them.
yeah, and
I just looked at the
Anger,
label. I've never had it.
Anger is by far that Oktoberfest is one of the best beers it is made impeccably every year, and it is just wonderful.
That sounds great.
And it comes in 16-ounce bottles.
That's how I feel about Weisssteiner, like the Weisssteiner Pilsner, Weisssteiner Hef beer. Like that's kind of how I hold the
They've
rest
got
of the
some
beers
good
up
stuff.
to. Like it was like when I drink a Weisssteiner like on tap, I'm like, oh my god, like this is what I imagined. When I watched commercials as a kid, watching them pour a Pilsner, I'm like, that's what I thought it tasted like.
I have another friend who's unfortunately no longer with us. That was his favorite beer was the Weisssteiner.
Oh man, if I can find it on tap, I drink it.
All the Germans I
had
know
that.
drink the Franziskaner.
Really?
Yes.
They like it that
And
much
they
better?
love it.
Oh well, all right. The mission continues. Well, I think that's probably it for us. We've had too many beers.
And the more you know.
You mean
the more you
not
drink.
enough beers?
We've had mead.
This guy
We'd
gets
have
it.
a lot of mead, but not a lot of beer.
It's true.
So,
Well, we
we
need
can still catch up.
we need to cut this episode off so we can go back to drinking beer.
We could, but do we have to?
Yeah.
Do we really want
Well,
to?
you don't have to. Do you want to?
Not really. No, I want to keep drinking.
We're gonna. That's what I was saying. Is we're gonna end this episode so we can keep drinking.
And there's still stuff on the table.
Partials, yeah.
We have to finish what's on the table. So thanks for joining us. And
apparently, I have to bartend now.
oh, that's too bad for Daryl.
You know what? We will stay here and help support you in this time of need.
Thanks.
Yeah, my wife's at a baby shower. I get to hang out and drink beer.
We'll stay here and drink beer.
Oh
have
no,
no
no, don't make me.
I still gotta try that peanut butter jelly.
Yeah.
It's great.
All right, well, thanks for joining us. We appreciate all of you.
Yet again,
Thanks
you,
so
Mr.
much, Bill.
Some amazing, I think,
Always.
I think we'll just
honestly
add
think
Bill
some
as
of
the
best
fourth member of the
contributions-
podcast.
I'm all right with that.
And Bill will just keep bringing us amazing beverages to drink
I'm okay with this.
every couple of weeks.
Truly, thank you, sir. You've brought some absolutely exceptional stuff. We always, of course, greatly appreciate that. I hope the listeners do too. If not, I don't care because we do.
No,
I care.
I think I appreciate it much, and the best part is like you bring the knowledge, like you bring
your
that's
knowledge
something
base,
that
what
I
you know, your
appreciate more than
experience,
anything.
Your experience, your education. This is fantastic.
And this,
Thank you.
I'm gonna have a toast. Here's to you, and here's to me. If all else fails, fuck you. Here's to me.
I love it.
If you didn't learn anything today, at least remember this. Beer is the answer that makes everything better.
Can't remember the question, but who cares when you have a cold one in your hand?
Remember, everybody, drink responsibly, drink high gravity.
Most importantly, drink well.
Okay, not the well. Life's too short for bad beer.
Stay frothy, my friends.